of the most common arguments against socialism is that it's always resulted in brutal dictatorships and is therefore impossible to achieve. To find out whether that's true, let's look at where it all started, the Russian Revolution. As we can see in first-hand accounts, such as John Reed's 10 Days That Shook the World, the revolution overthrew the oppressive Tsarist regime and its high levels of illiteracy, poverty, and tens of thousands of deaths at the front of an imperialist war. The Bolshevik slogans of peace, land and bread inspired the Russian people to take the fate into their own hands. Following the October Revolution, they withdrew from the barbaric war and introduced a planned economy and a political system based on workplace and community democracy as never seen before. For the first time in modern history, the people themselves took power over the state. Breaking with the backwardness of the past, women, minorities and homosexuals were treated as equals. The workers were in charge of planning the resources of the society so that everyone could live free from capitalist misery. However, we know that things didn't remain this way. After Lenin's death, Stalin maneuvered his way into the leadership of the Communist Party. After years of being ravaged by the Great War and attempted invasions by foreign powers during the Civil War, the country was in a state of absolute ruin. Similar revolutions in Germany and Hungary were crushed and failed, and Russia was forced into political and economic isolation, which made conditions ripe for the development of bureaucracy. Leon Trotsky, who by then was the exiled leader of the left opposition, saw Russia as a bureaucratically degenerated workers' state. This means that the Russian people benefited from the planned economy, but the bureaucrats were a massive brake on further development. The country, which started off poorer than some war-torn Middle East countries today, had through a planned economy started to hastily eliminate illiteracy, raise the living standards, and achieved successes in education, healthcare and space exploration that surprised everyone. However, Trotsky had warned in as early as 1938 that either the Russian people will overthrow the bureaucracy and continue the world revolution and progress, or the USSR would collapse back to capitalism. Trotsky, along with tens of thousands of original Bolshevik heroes, were murdered in the Great Purge for speaking the inconvenient truth for the new bureaucratic rulers. The ideals, however, lived on. After World War II, the USSR expanded the system, mirrored in its own image, into Eastern Europe in a top-down manner. The next decades proved Trotsky's theory right. The people of East Germany, Hungary, Czechoslovakia and Poland made history through attempting to overthrow the career politicians of the so-called communist parties. In Hungary in 1956, the people organised in workers' councils. In Poland in 1970, the workers of Solidarność trade union fought against the government under the slogan, "Yes to socialism, no to distortions." The heroic attempts, opposed both by the capitalists and by the Stalinists, would mark the beginning of a new period, of workers both sides of the Berlin Wall reaching out to each other and forming a new Europe under democratic control by the people. Since history took another path though, this didn't happen and the USSR collapsed. The relative stability of full employment, free education and healthcare and other commodities of the welfare system have completely disappeared. The levels of poverty, homelessness, crime, unemployment, discrimination and misery have skyrocketed. It's estimated that 1 million Eastern Europeans have died from work-related accidents and suicides and other things which weren't a thing under a previous regime. This only goes to show the potential of what could be achieved. In an advanced country like Britain or France, a socialist system would not have to face the difficulties that Russia did. It would spread the revolution to other countries and eliminate the old world of wars, poverty and exploitation, and replace it with a rational system based on human need rather than profit. It would be based on socialism.